From its bustling streets to serene gardens and parks, Sydney, Australia is a beautiful ocean-wrapped metropolis.
There's probably no better introduction to Australia than Sydney. Sydney is what I call geographically blessed because it's actually built up on hills that rise up around the gorgeous, sparkling harbor. And so no matter where you are in the city, you'll have this beautiful backdrop. And then, of course, the most recognized waterfront in the world.
It's got a huge amount to offer. You look over the harbour and see 3 or 4 world-class icons all in one view, and it's pretty special.
Shopping's a must when in Sydney, and there's no better place to start than Oxford Street.
For retail therapy, everyone, from locals to visitors, usually starts in one place, and that's Oxford Street. It's the most popular shopping street in Sydney because it kind of cuts through the middle of the city. You just stroll down Oxford Street and you really get an overview of Australian fashion because lining both sides are boutiques and shops that really show kind of emerging and established Australian designers.
For a more antique to chic environment, take a stroll through the Queen Victoria Building.
The Queen Victoria Building, also more commonly known as QVB, is a beautiful building housed in a late 19th century, almost Romanesque revival architecture. And within, it's packed with all kinds of shops and boutiques.
But most visitors find the most compelling draw of Sydney to be its seaside location.
Sydney really has this sort of oceanic playground right at its doorstep. And so whale watching tours are one of the best ways to really go out on the water and explore the harbour.
I can get some good shots at the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge, and coming in the afternoon you get the sunset shot, so that's pretty nice as well.
On a whale watching tour, you can often spy humpback whales, which actually do their northern and southern migration through the area. And in addition to that, there's southern right whales, albatrosses, and even dolphins.
You can see the Sydney Harbour Bridge towering above from just about anywhere in the city. And if you look closely, you can see groups of people climbing to the top of it.
Yes, the bridge climb. Get ready to battle your vertigo. The bridge climb is probably one of the most popular tours in Sydney. And essentially what you do is you actually climb up and over the famous bridge that spans the harbour. And as you go on the tour, a Sydney historian will walk along with you and explain history and points of interest.
The direct path to the top is up the arch, and it takes 3.5 hours. But for a more intimate view of the Sydney Harbour Bridge, you can take the Discovery Climb. Visitors meander along steel catwalks in the inner arch of the bridge, above rushing traffic and over the harbour itself. Safety's a must on a bridge climb tour, so you're outfitted with a safety harness.
The final part of it is you walk up a steel staircase and come across a 360-degree view of Sydney.
You cannot do anything more spectacular than climb 40 stories in the air, 442 feet, 134 metres above this sparkling harbour of ours. Every time I'm up here, I see different things. The view never ceases to amaze me.
For CNN, I'm Callaway.